Hello, everyone. I don't know if you remember these two beautiful ladies. I did a short, I think, 2-minute clip when I was in Missouri at Eden's Essential, one of my favorite companies that I've talked to you guys about. But these are two of the many faces behind Eden's Essential. And I'm so excited to introduce them to you on a longer version so you can see more about them and also about the company. So I have the beautiful Kendra and Jamie, and I'm going to have them both introduce themselves and who they are and their background. So, Kendra, I'm going to let you go first.
My name is Kendra Han, and I am a fitness and nutrition specialist who works for Eden's Essentials. I've been here I've been under this umbrella for almost 2 years, about a year and a half in Eden's exclusively.
Awesome. Jamie.
I'm Jamie Woodle. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach and a Master of Health Science Education. And I have only been working at Eden's not quite a year yet. September it'll be a year for me. I know.
Seems like
Right.
a shorter at the same time.
It does.
But you've both known the family behind Eden's Essential for many, many years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Wow.
want us to tell you about that?
I would love to know about that.
Yeah. You want to go first?
So my late husband has been close to the Horn family for basically his entire life, and I actually met them following his passing, not realizing that I would eventually end up working with them. I started going to church, which was brand new for me after my husband passed away. I wasn't really a Christian or a church person. It wasn't something that was important in my life. And I met Cherise Parton at church and just reached out to her on a whim once I started to feel a little bit better about my moving forward after my husband passed. And she said, "Hey, come on in for an interview." And then I ended up with 2 interviews in one day. Actually, one of them happened on the Return to Eden stage, which, if you haven't noticed, is a little outside of my comfort zone. But the rest is history. I mean, it's just been an absolute joy to be around people who can help lead me so strongly.
Awesome.
Yeah. I have known the Horn family for probably around 20 years or so. They, a couple decades ago, ran a Christian youth camp in Oregon, and I ended up working for them there. I worked in outdoor recreation, doing lifeguard, a ropes course, and things like that. And Joe was my boss, and I worked for that family for about 3 years, and they ended up being like a second family. And so then I ended up joining the military, and I went off and started a family. And it's funny how God circled things back around, because Joe came out with Time Bomb, and I had just had a health scare with anaphylaxis that came out of nowhere, and I was over 200 pounds, and I was very inflamed, and I knew I had to make a change. And Joe's book was very timely because that really helped set a path for me with my own health and my career at the same time. And so we kept in touch, and he helped coach me and teach me things. And I ended up becoming so passionate about health. I was on the path with my bachelor's degree to become a social worker or a counselor. And for my master's, I switched it completely to health science education, because I have a passion for doing research and then teaching and sharing about the information that I find, because it's so hard to find the truth.
Right.
With all of the
Absolutely.
information we're bombarded with, I wanted to know for sure. I wanted to read it for myself, and that's how I ended up here. Actually, I went down that path, and God really worked things together where my husband was able to get stationed close by, and we bought a house, and we've been able to get started. I'm 41 and just now really starting my career, and I feel so blessed.
That is amazing. I love that background story. And I know that with Time Bomb, that's one of the books that I recommend to my followers to get, because it really opened my eyes, but I will be honest, it also made me mad because
Yeah,
I thought, wow, the
family.
things that they're allowing in our foods is
Yes.
just to keep us sick. And like you
Mhm.
said, it's so hard to find the truth. So that's been my whole mission, just to share truth that I learned, and then people can do what they want with that information. But thank you for sharing that. So for both of you, with your background and your education, why did you think that at this time in your life that Eden's Essential is a good fit for you, for your career?
So for me, I worked for a great many number of years in home care, sometimes providing end of life care, but also just companionship and things like that. And it was important to me once I became a Christian following the loss of my husband to work for a Christian company, but also for people that I can believe in. And that's one of the things about the Horn family that I'm just constantly grateful for, is that they are exactly who they present themselves to be. I've never met or worked with people who had such a sense of integrity and respect for the people that work with them. And it just, that was a breath of fresh air. And then, of course, to be surrounded by people who are so educated in terms of Christian information and where to go to find the answers in that regard has been an incredible blessing.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes. Well, for a while, when I finished my master's degree, I opened my own coaching business where I would take on clients and I would help coach them over a 6-month period to not just learn, but to slowly make the changes, coaching them with baby steps. And so, because doing an entire life transformation is so incredibly hard, especially our society is really kind of set up against us achieving true health.
Absolutely.
And so having a coach, a lot of people found value in that. However, I knew my heart was with Joe's company. I knew that was an ultimate goal I really wanted to achieve. And I prayed about it for 3 years. We had talked about it until God provided the way where my husband just got orders. And for anybody who may or may not know, with the military, you don't always get to just choose.
Yeah.
You're really, your whole life's kind of in the hands of the government and wherever they're going to send you. But God, has the ultimate authority, and everything worked out. And I think that's one of the beautiful things too, is we can see, even with our friendship, we have really become the very best of friends.
Yeah.
And God worked it out, the details. We were in the right place at the right time. And iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. Well, and I mean,
Yes.
exactly at the moment when I needed a best friend the most, God provided me with someone who's just so genuine and kind and wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
We were
beautifully
very,
said. Thank you for sharing that, because when you lose a husband, I can't even imagine that. And to have strong people supporting you, that helps you get through it. It's something you'll never get over, but
no.
at least it's something that, they'll help you get through it. So thank you for sharing that. So to Eden's Essentials, what I loved about the company, again, bringing it back to Time Bomb and Joe's book and seeing all of the things that are in our foods. Joe and I had a long conversation because you guys know of my stage 4 cancer diagnosis. And
Yeah.
now I am so hypersensitive about what I put in my body. And he talked about the processes that he goes through for the products and how it's ethically sourced and all of that, because unfortunately, even though something says something on the label, especially after reading Time Bomb, you can't trust labels
Right.
anymore. And so when he was telling me about the process and the studies and all of that he did to go through to make sure these products are ethically sourced, I said, I'm going to try that. And one of the things that I used through my healing journey was soursop leaves. And so when Eden Essential came up with the soursop, and I tried it for the first time, and yes, I'm endorsing this. Yes, I'm bragging about this. It was night and day compared to the soursop I was drinking. It was so rich and so flavorful. I thought, this is my product for the rest of my life. So that is one of my absolute favorite products. The other product that I love is the exfoliating body and bath wash. And I actually told Mr. Horn he should rename that Botox in a bottle because I literally had a lady in my comments when I was talking about the product saying, "You're lying to people. You know, you do Botox. It's not that product." And I said, "No, it's that product and healthy eating, of course." And she says, "You must think we're stupid." And I was like, block. Because
Oh no.
people can say what they want and I respect that. But when you're blatantly calling me a lie, I'm like, no, I'm
Right.
blocking you. So I told Joe, please rename that Botox in a bottle because obviously I'm taking
Yes.
Botox. So those are just two of my favorite. There's so many, the collagen and all of that. But tell me what your three favorite Eden's products are.
So for me, my number one favorite right now is the olive oil. I know it's not a supplement, but I use it so much, and it's been a great tool with my oldest son, as he learns to cook certain things. He's really using a lot of olive oil, maybe a little more than is necessary. And then the other favorite I have would be the body lotion is one. I have very, very sensitive skin.
Me too.
And so anything that has a smell to it will make me break out. And it's awful and uncomfortable and makes you feel self-conscious. And so having the lotion, I've even used it on my face, like when I didn't have
Yeah.
my designated face lotion, and I did not have any breakouts, and it absolutely helps. It's easy to rub in and it smells really good, but they do have the unscented version if you don't like French lavender. And then another thing that I use quite a bit is the NAC plus, which that's, one that Jamie's quite fond of too.
Yeah.
So those are my favorites in terms of products, although I could go on and on because then, you have the chapstick and you have all kinds of really wonderful products, and knowing that you can trust them is a
Yes.
huge thing. Oh,
Yes.
and the CBD salve is another one that is amazing. My mother-in-law has MS and some other health issues, and so I've suggested that to her and to my brother-in-law as well with some issues he had with his wrist. So as like a topical pain reliever, that CBD salve has been incredibly valuable to my family.
Wow, I'm glad you brought up the sensitive skin because that was my concern because my skin is super sensitive. And even if it says hypoallergenic, when I put it on my face, the next morning I have all these fine little bumps all over my face. So when I started using the exfoliating wash, I thought, please, please, please don't let anything. And it's amazing. I am for sensitive skin because I don't know anybody that has sensitive skin like I do. And it was perfect. And my skin is amazing. And that's all I use on my skin every day. So it's amazing. Jamie, what's your favorite three?
This is really hard. I share a lot of her favorites as well. The olive oil, I think I have to buy a bottle about every other week.
Yeah.
Because I use it on everything. It's so anti-inflammatory. But magnesium.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is one of my favorites. I think it really played a big role I've been on a journey to heal from a pancreatic issue that came out of the blue, and I am much better now. I defied the odds. I was told you can never get better, but here I am. I don't need enzymes anymore or anything. It's been a real blessing. But magnesium, it is necessary for over 300 biological functions in the body. I mean, it plays such a key role in things that we have no idea. You need better sleep, less brain fog. There's some I could go. Yes. Oh, that's true. Menstrual cramps too. Magnesium can help that. And most people are deficient on it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Irish moss is a favorite of mine. Thyroid issues run in my family. And so Irish moss has a lot of important minerals like iodine, and it's really great for skin. And another one of my favorites that I'm taking right now is chlorella. We're really exposed to a lot of heavy metals. It's in everything. And the chlorella really helps with that to kind of bind to and pull those out. So I think that's it for my favorites, other than basically everything she said.
No,
Yeah.
same.
Yes.
Same.
I love that you brought up magnesium because, like you said, so many people are deficient in magnesium. And I posted a video sometime back where this was on our NIH website that talked about the foods that people are eating are 85% deficient in magnesium because there's no nutrients in the foods that people are eating because they're
Minerals
eating.
in general. Yeah.
Exactly. There's fast foods, processed foods, and there's absolutely no nutritional value in them at all. And
Right.
people are wondering why they're getting sick. And it's like you said, they're so deficient in so many things. So thank you for that. So a lot of my followers are going through quite the journey. So what would be, without giving medical advice, of course, you're just sharing your opinion, what would be the things that you would recommend that they have in their home?
So, in my opinion, I would say everyone should have our Eden's One multivitamin.
Mhm.
It has high levels of D3, K2, and quite a few other vital
B vitamins.
B vitamins,
Yeah.
lots of B vitamins.
Methylated.
Yeah. So for anyone who's using our Methyl B Complete and searching for a multivitamin. The other one would be curcumin, which is one that my family and I use quite a bit. The Organic Gold curcumin is especially good for people that struggle with keeping up with their fermented turmeric powder. Me. I'm the problem. So that's one that we all keep a bottle in each house because my mother-in-law lives up the top of the hill, and I'm always encouraging everyone to keep on that one. And then black cumin seed oil is one of the first products that I actually researched when I started for Eden's Essentials. And I was absolutely flabbergasted at just the multitude of benefits. And actually, we're coming out with a new, we have the capsulated black cumin seed oil now, but we're coming out with a liquid that should be available pretty soon.
Yeah.
We've approved labels and everything, just waiting to get it in. So that one I would highly recommend taking every day, just because of the long list of things it may be helpful with, in my opinion.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was also one of the things that I researched when I was on my healing journey. And I was absolutely amazed at everything that it does with the anti-inflammatory, antioxidants, I mean, it was amazing. And I don't know if it was the Prophet Muhammad that said this, but he's attributed with saying this, that black seed oil cures everything but death because it's so good for you. Yes, and yes, a herb from heaven. And I told people, even if you don't have an illness,
Right.
that's something that you should have anyway. I have followers and friends that have asked me, I have really bad arthritis or really bad joint pain. What do you recommend? I said, well, I can't give any medical advice, but if it were me, I would start taking black seed oil every day. And those people have came back to me and said, oh my gosh, my the pain is gone, the knee pains is gone because it's anti-inflammatory. And a lot of that stuff comes from inflammation in our body. So I'm glad that is one of your suggestions. Jamie, what about you?
Oh, fish oil, I think, is huge. A lot of times we're really inflamed because there's so many things in our modern diet that is high in omega-6, which is necessary for our bodies, but it can be really inflammatory if it's out of ratio with omega-3s. And our fish oil is one of the healthier kind. You have to be really careful with fish oil because of mercury content, and you want to know where it's sourced. And so I trust our fish oil. That's what I take. I would say even dandelion.
Oh,
we
dandelion.
have dandelion
Yeah,
capsules if you can tolerate that. What was the other one that just came to mind? Our soursop.
Oh yeah, of course, soursop.
And for cellular health, I have taken our Eden's Protection for cellular health because we're exposed to so much oxidative stress and inflammation, and that damages cells, which can lead to misfolded proteins and the growth of tumors. And so our protection is made with potent antioxidants that are supposed to help protect your cells from oxidative stress. And so that's a really big one. Was that 2 dandelion? Did I say one before that?
Fish oil.
Fish oil, yeah.
Which, interesting to know, even the capsule on our fish oil is made from fish. So I find that really, really interesting myself.
Yes, that is awesome. So my followers are either going through cancer, know someone that's going through cancer, or have survived cancer, and they want a way to just stay encouraged on their health journey. And just part of it is mental health too, because even though you're diagnosed with this and you have to go on this healing journey, a lot of it becomes a mental health struggle because it's just something that messes with you all the time. So, what would be an encouraging word for you, to them, from you to give to them?
So I have a thing I read a long time ago that really helped me through my grief journey, and it's something that I offer to most people that I meet who may be struggling with anything, and that is, if you don't feel that you are capable of doing what you should do, then do what you can. So
Wow.
if you don't think that you can stand in the shower or sit in the tub for long enough to clean yourself, change your shirt, put some lotion on, wash your hands. If you can't make a sandwich, eat a handful of veggies or lunch meat or cheese or something, feed your body.
Yeah.
And then if you can't go for a walk, then sit out in the sun. Just sit for 15 minutes or so a day and give your body a time to just be in the sun. And then, of course, keeping up with devotionals, being very deliberate in your Bible study and making sure to reach for the people around you, even if you're worried that you could come across as a burden, because nobody reads minds other than God. And so make sure that you can really count on your circle. And that's what's helped me.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That made me almost want to cry, especially when you said about reaching out to people when you think you might be a burden, because so many people are going through this journey alone. And I tell them, you can't go through this alone. You need to have a village around you, you need to have support around you. So thank you for sharing that. Jamie, what would you tell them?
Reach out to God because He knows more than we can even comprehend, and He can give us peace and direction. And also take solace in that, I believe God created our bodies to heal. We just have to know what to do and how to give them the environment to flourish and be able to heal. Now, obviously, I can't say everybody can do it and make their body heal. I would be, I don't have the authority to say that. What I can say is there are certainly things you can do to set up your body to give it the best chance possible.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
One thing that happened early on in our friendship is I was, adjusting to being a solo parent, and the costs that go along with that means that a lot of like the little luxury things that I would like to buy in terms of groceries, I couldn't get at the time. After having been off work for so long, and Miss Jamie here bought a bunch of things for my house, and I was very self-conscious and felt burdensome for that. And she so full of these little beautiful nuggets of wisdom that she just pops off sometimes. And she said, "Don't take away my blessing. It blesses." So that would be another piece of advice. I would say, get yourself a Jamie. And if you don't have a Jamie, then remember that it blesses other people to be able to be there to support you and love you.
Yeah. So don't feel like you're a burden, and don't reach out because you don't want to steal their blessing.
That's right.
They can be blessed through the opportunity to help as well. I would also say, find your why.
Yeah.
It's a big fight. It's a hard fight. And I can only imagine. Find your why, write it down, pray about it, focus on it, and do what you can.
Yes. I'm glad you said that. Absolutely. And my why was I wanted to be around for my family, and I was going to do everything I could to do that. But I was also going to trust God at the end of the day because, like you said, we don't know. So we just have to do the best we can. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. I know you're both busy. Kendra, Jamie, everyone, these are the two beautiful faces behind Eden's Essentials. the company that has the amazing soursop that I use. Soon, she said they're going to be getting the liquid gold of black seed oil. And
Yes.
rumor has it, I don't know if I could say this yet, Mr. Horn's probably going to choke me, that you may be getting apricot kernels.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can blame it on me. I'm the one that let go of this. I'll be the one in trouble.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm excited about that. So everyone, you can go to edensessential.com. It's also in my link tree. And if you use the code Speaker Lynette, you get 15% off, which is pretty amazing. And also all of this is in my book, which is Overcoming Cancer by Lynette Hill, that you can also get a signed copy on speakerlynette.com, or you can get it anywhere books are sold. But I reference Time Bomb in my book and Eden's Essential because they're so vital in the health journey and finding out truths, which is the first thing we have to do, is to find out truth, and the truth will set us free because it puts us on a path to finding God's medicine. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate both of you so much.
Thank you. So great to see you again, Lynette.
You too.